Part 3 of the Newbottle Waggonway starts with an update to the route between the Philadelphia Works and the West Herrington engine, which was discussed in Part 2. A tithe map of Houghtonleigh Spring from the early Waggonway period clearly shows the route as a parallel set of dashed lines leading up to West Herrington. This reinforces the discovery of the embankment carrying the Waggonway up to West Herrington. A second map showing the full route of the Newbottle Waggonway was discovered as part of the sale documents when John Neesham sold the Waggonway to John George Lambton in 1822. This map aligns closely with, but does not show as much detail as the hand-drawn 1817 map. Way leave distances taken from tables and the bottom line on the 1817 map were used to calculate a total way leave distance of 10,854 yards for the full route of the Newbottle Waggonway. A similar total way leave distance of 10,785 yards was calculated from the 1822 Bill of Sale document. Part 3 of the Newbottle Waggonway continues the route from the West Herrington engine up to and through Middle Herrington, then up to Grindon Hill. The 1817 map shows this part of the route marked between way leave points M and X. There is a straight section of the Waggonway between West and Middle Herrington indicated by the way leave letters M to Q. The total way leave distance between points M and Q is 1,088 yards. This distance aligns closely with the similar route measured at 1,062 yards on Google Maps. A National Library of Scotland graduated transparency map shows how the road between West and Middle Herrington has hardly changed from the early 1800s. This suggests that it is the most likely route of the Newbottle Waggonway as shown on the 1817 and 1822 maps. An extract from the 1817 map shows the next part of the Waggonway route through Middle Herrington. The map also shows Beckwith Hall. William Beckwith owned the way leaves for 3 fields linked to the Newbottle Waggonway. William Beckwith purchased Herrington Hall in 1795 and this became his main residence until he sold it in the 1830s. The house was eventually demolished in 1957 by the National Coal Board. After taking a sharp turn at Point Q, the Waggonway route through Middle Herrington is now explored. Based on the 1817 map, a comparison with an early Ordnance Survey map suggests a likely route for the Newbottle Waggonway through Middle Herrington. After leaving Middle Herrington, the 1817 map shows the next part of the route, including way markers up to Grindon Hill. The way leave points R and S, including way leave distances, were transferred using scale measurements to an LLS map with similar field boundary markers shown in green. The green triangulated area of land is a good correlation for the way leave point W between the hand-drawn 1817 map and the NLS Ordnance Survey map of the 1840s to the 1880s. The way leave points and distances are now transferred to the OS map and a suggested route between R and W is established. The approximate grid references could now be established for where leave points R to W. Using the 1817 map alongside the OS 1840s map, the where leave points W to Y were established by matching the field boundaries near Grindon, marked in green. The OS map shows the engine house at Grindon Bankhead, which was a later addition to the Newbottle Waggonway in about 1819. Further research is required to determine the original horse-drawn route between where leave points W and X from the 1817 Newbottle Waggonway map. Where leave points X to Y, shown on the 1817 Newbottle Waggonway map, have a small difference of 50 yards when transferred to an early NLS OS map. A side-by-side 1817 and OS 1840s map fixed the where leave points Y and Z linked to Grindon, marked in green. The Newbottle Waggonway is also marked as the Philadelphia Old Waggonway on the 1840s OS map. The where leave and ordnance survey distances between points Y and Z match exactly, confirming the alignment between the 1817 Newbottle Waggonway hand-drawn map and the early 1840s OS map. The approximate grid references could now be established for where leave points X, Y and Z. An approximate 3D route of the Newbottle Waggonway can now be shown between West Herrington and Grindon Hill. The walking route leaves West Herrington to continue along the Waggonway route until it reaches the first point of interest at an old quarry. This is the remains of a magnesium limestone quarry which would have supplied local building and agricultural products prior to the opening of the collieries. Magnesium limestone sits above the coal seams, which made it easily accessible and needed only labour, carts and simple blasting for extraction. The walk up the quarry passes a Grade 2 listed wartime hexagonal pillbox, an official National Heritage Site. Built with reinforced concrete in 1940-41, it was one of a pair built as part of an inland stop line designed to slow down anticipated invasion during World War II. Continuing the short walk to the summit of Herrington Hill affords a commanding view of Penshaw Monument, the route of the Newbottle Waggonway through Middle Herrington, and the coastline at Sunderland. The walk continues along the suggested route of the Newbottle Waggonway to next reach Middle Herrington. At this point, the route crosses the busy A19 dual carriageway before taking a sharp left turn into Middle Herrington. A current Ordnance Survey map shows the route of the Newbottle Waggonway up to Grindon Hill, marked in red. The walking route through Middle Herrington is shown in blue. There are 2 walking routes leaving Middle Herrington shown on the map. Route 1 is the most direct route up to Hastings Hill, but crosses a large field which needs adequate care and equipment during poor weather conditions. Route 2 is the preferred route for normal walking conditions to still reach Hastings and Grindon Hill. The walking route now enters Middle Herrington and follows a number of streets until it finally exits at a walking path marked as Route 1 on the OS map, which leads up to Hastings Farm and Hastings Hill. Hastings Hill is the most notable Neolithic site between the rivers Tyne and Tees, and as a location continued to be of importance into the Bronze Age. The trig point is within close proximity of the route of the Newbottle Waggonway, which travelled across the large field in the lower foreground. The viewpoint also shows a different perspective of Penshire Monument, as well as the spectacular Spire Bridge over the River Wear. After leaving Hastings Hill, the walking route heads down to rejoin the route of the Newbottle Waggonway at Grindon Hill. The walk now reaches the finish of Part 3 at the top of Grindon Hill. The suggested route of the Newbottle Waggonway, related to the 1817 map and translated to Ordnance Survey, is shown as it passes the foot of Grindon Hill. A panoramic photo capture from Grindon Hill shows the suggested route of the Newbottle Waggonway as it continued along the foot of the hill and onwards towards Sunderland. After further research of the 1817 map, the next part of the Newbottle Waggonway route will be revealed in part 4 of the video series.